So I know a lot of people have been wanting a cinematic tutorial, and since I have been doing a lot of cinematics myself, it's probably about time that I should do a more comprehensive one than the one I had before. Um, Now, the cinematics that I do for map trailers and stuff, I just record those like one little part at a time, and then I'll delete it or move on to another corner of the map and just record a second part, and then I'll put it all together in editing later. But in the case I'm going to do here is sort of like a pre-map cinematic. So if you have your map on BattleNet, and the first 15 seconds will be a cinematic, and then it'll resume control back to players. So that's what I'm going to be showing here. And yeah, so let's just go make a new map, and let's, right from the get-go, let's get the campaign units in just in case for some good doodads. Add standard, let's check these two, and move story up to the top just to be safe. Something to do with data editor, that you should do that I mentioned before. And let's not do Agria, let's do Braxis Alpha. That'll be kind of cool, sort of like a spaceship kind of scene. I think I'm doing this on the spot so that you guys can see how I go through a cinematic and the mistakes that I make, and the timing issues that I have to deal with and that you'll have to deal with. But what I'm going to probably do is something revolving around the idea of a ghost or marine or whatever cool unit running through some sort of abandoned area, and maybe he'll meet some zerglings at the end, and that'll be it for now. The goal here is just to show how it works, not to actually make a fully finished cinematic. Okay, so right off the bat, let's hit T to go to the terrain mode, which takes a long time with the F when you first load the editor. Let's see, so I'm going to start with cliffs, and let's see. And by the way, I will attach the map in the description of the video. And if you want to skip to later parts where I'll probably do the triggers, because right now I'm just doing the boring part for some people, but for other people it might be interesting to see how I make terrain. So anyways, let's switch to man-made cliff. This size is good. So my imagination is that, I'm imagining that the ghost or whatever is going to run here, run up this cliff, and then fight zerglings here. And we'll have a couple camera angles for that we'll give to the players. So, oops. So I'm just, on this, I set the size to 5, and I'm just kind of clicking around here, just making it a little bit varied, and control right mouse to get in there, give it some detail there, kind of like a city high-rise, and then you have a little pathway that the people walk through. Oops, that's a little bit tight. I'm just kind of doing it randomly right now. And let's paint some text. Actually, let's go to fill mode. Where's fill mode? Okay. Let's fill these in. Maybe these ones will be a little bit different. And what's this? Let's see what this is all about. Go back to normal view here. Oops. I did not mean to fill that. Can I undo? Come on. Yes, okay. Let's go back to add texture and just paint some of this maybe in here to give it some variation. One thing you can do, because city terrain isn't usually blended, it's usually very geometric. If you go to this tool and then go to this so it has no blurring, and then turn down the size a bit, and then you do this thing. If you paint it exactly, it looks kind of nice. I've noticed that Blizzard does this actually. It's a little secret of their thing, is that they'll paint little like squares, like perfect squares, using certain tiles. But you kind of have to know where the tile edges are, because you don't want to do it like this. You want to kind of see how I have it perfectly around this tile thing. Anyways, I'm not going to get too deep into that right now. I'm going to go back to just kind of painting crazily here. Doesn't really matter. Now let's hit D to go to doodads, and we'll place some buildings and stuff to make it look more like an actual city. Okay, come on. I know that's not the important part of the tutorial. It's more important that I show you how to do the camera part, but it's good for you to see how I can take a blank map and then make it actually into something interesting. So search for building. Maybe a little wrecked building here, because I remember I said this would be a wrecked scenario. Yeah, let's play some more. That looks kind of cool. There were some high rises here that failed when the Zerg attacked. And let's have some massive ones out here. Okay. I think that might be alright. Just putting some around the edges so you can't really see the edge of the map. You want to kind of hide the back area, because when we have our first camera angle, it'll be something like down here, and you don't want to be able to see the blackness. Well, you don't want to be able to see that the map just ends there. So you can see this already looks pretty good. This does need to be a bit of. I press T to go back to the terrain, and there does need to be a bit of variation in here. Even though, because it is like ruined sort of, but it also just looks better on camera. So you can see here, it's not so flat as here. It looks kind of fake if it's too flat. I should probably smooth this a bit though. There we go. Okay, go back to doodads, and let's just delete our search here. And I don't know, what am I going to search for? Braxis Alpha. Let's see what Braxis Alpha. Space platform sign. So you can place some of these. If you hold shift, you can place it wherever you like. There we go. Escape, and then double click on it and change its facing to try that. It's getting there. So I think 315 is the number. Yeah, there we go. Round it right into that edge there. Cool. And I'm gonna put something else here. There's so many new campaign doodads that I haven't even fully looked at them. I'm just putting some random crap in now, just to make it a little bit more interesting. You should obviously think this through more if you're making an actual cinematic for your map or anything. Probably have like a little cinematic area, or actually feature it in your map. Maybe some crates. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for terrain. Now for units, press U and search for, actually, I'm going to search for Spectre. I like this guy. I don't know, I saw him earlier. I don't know what he actually does, but looks interesting. So let's put him here. He's going to be for players, player 1. He's going to be yours. Let's place him here. And okay, so he's going to run through here. He's going to run up here, and then he's going to come here and fight some Zerglings. So let's go to hostile and search for Zerg. And let's put some little hidden Zerglings waiting for him. Okay, I have no idea how good this unit actually is, because I've never seen it yet. I haven't even finished the campaign yet, so I should probably do that sometime soon after this tutorial. So we got that. Let's go to the data editor and change the lighting a bit. Let's make it some kind of cool night lighting. So you can go to map textures just to check what one you're on. We're on Braxis Alpha, and then we're on lights already. Nice. And then now we look for Braxis Alpha. Double click this, click modify light. So I'm just going to use this small area down here that I can see to do the lighting. So I usually turn up specular multiplier, so it makes it a little bit more shiny, more cinematic-y. Turn up the exposure, because when I turn up contrast later, it's going to make it really dark, so you want to have high exposure now. Turn down bloom so you get more of the glow that you see in movies a lot. And turn up diffuse a bit. There we go. And now here in colorization, turn up the contrast slider to like 1.3, so you can see it getting darker now. And then I like to do a bit of colorization, so let's go for